them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy, and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. And he called him, and said unto him, How is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward. The Holy Ring Review. How big of a deal the Holy Ring Review is. This is a very big deal. It's about judgment, answering for everything that you have done in the ranks. What did you do with the authority God gave you? Did you gain? Was you successful? Or did you lose? Laborers in the vineyard. Your support. Your patriotism. Are you about your nation? A change you can feel right away. What's the goal for our nation? What is the focus this year? What is it that we all need to be supportive of to help our nation grow?
Worshiping God. Something else y'all don't know. Speaking engagement that I was going to have, or that I had, was booked way in advance. Then out of nowhere, the place called us up. We had a contract, everything. They said, listen, you can't hold a speaking engagement here. It was like, well, why? Well, there's a Russian band that booked the spot, and they're going to have so many people that it's going to be so loud that you won't even be able to hear. So we don't want to inconvenience your event. So I let them know to let these people know, because I don't talk directly with these people. I let them know, let these people know. Well, if that's the case, then you're going to have to tell that Russian band to move their date some other, because we was there first and we got a contract. We're not moving. They basically told us afterwards, well, we're very sorry, but you ain't coming here, and we'll refund your money. Let us know where to refund your money. Chaos came to them and said, don't let them have this event here. As I begin to do this, which I ain't going to be able to do tonight, I'm going to give you all the information, and this is exactly how Chaos operates. This is their MO, okay? So we went to other venues, booked the speaking engagement. You know, they set up the date, told the brothers to come on in. Actually, it was one of the places I had the speaking engagement already. But when the brothers got there, security met them at the door. Get out. It was all aggressive with them. The brothers was like, we just spoke to the woman on the phone. What are you talking about? She said she ain't meeting with you. So when the brother called her back on the phone, she was like, well, send me this information you already gave her. She basically said, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to host your event. Everywhere we went, we was running into these problems. So then I realized, I said, you know what? Okay. All right. The demons is trying to stop this speaking engagement from going down. All right, so we got to go dark. What that means is we ain't going to talk on cell phones. We ain't going to send text messages. We basically ain't going to let them know. We ain't going to let them know where we going next. Let me tell you something. Before we went dark, another place was the Apollo. We was getting ready to have the speaking engagement at the Apollo on 125th Street. I wasn't too worried about that, because I said, you know what? These are jakes that go way back. This is a black theater. The minute the FBI walk their behinds up in there, they should get cursed out. So everything was good. Everything was like, what you need, how many screens you need. We can't wait to see you speak. Everything was all good. At the last minute, all of a sudden the executives was in deliberation on whether we should have this speaking engagement there or not. So what basically you got going on right now was an internal war going on. You probably had, I believe you definitely had some hardcore jakes in there like, wait a minute, like what the hell is this? Like, why we can't let them speak? And then you had the ones that was more executive-minded and geared towards whatever Esau said, nah, we can't hold this event at the Apollo. We can't do it. So after making us wait a considerable amount of days, because they were deliberating back and forth, they finally came and said, you can't hold the event here. The person that was the contact person was mad, actually. It was like, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. The actual place that we had the event, that's when we went dark. We got that place, what was it? 2 days before the event, Tazadaqyah? Where you at? Tazadaqyah here? Do you know him off Mangaposh? About a day or two before the actual, a day or two before the actual speaking engagement. At the last minute, when it was too late for them to run to that place. You know, because if you know me, you know I don't give up. I keep fighting. It was years back that I was telling y'all that we were going through some things. There was some fight behind the scene. I was like, it's as if this nation is going through sanctions, as if we sanction like an enemy nation of the United States is sanctioned. They publicize these things, they slander because they want to make it more difficult for us to worship and keep high holy days and show respect to the Lord our God, Jesus Christ, by giving negative press, saying that we do things that we don't, spewing out all kind of lies, so people will be afraid, be like, you know what, I don't need the bad publicity. I'll pass on this one. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. Everybody understand that? It's time to see the bigger pictures. Okay, the bigger picture ain't some little dumb nigga that don't know nothing, that's just running his mouth and, you know, being motivated by, you know, whatever undercover agent or informant is still within the nation, and talking negative. The big picture is that you got to see who you're really fighting against. And when you see who you're really fighting against, which I do, you know how to fight back. So the next DVD is Chaos Part 2. The FBI war against blacks and Hispanics, but this time they fight back. That makes some of y'all nervous. Fight back? I'm getting the hell out of here. We fighting back. Hey, we gonna lay down and let these cats run on now. It ain't gonna happen that way, you know. See, it takes wisdom to run anything, okay? When you got a fool just run their mouth, they're gonna realize they're a fool, okay? Everybody on the internet is a damn dummy. And let me say this too. Okay, see how they can. Everybody on the internet though? Let me say this too. It takes somebody smart to call somebody else stupid. But on social media, everybody calling each other dumb as hell. You can't figure out who's smart. You just don't be able to do things if you ain't got strategy, if you ain't got wisdom. The bigger picture is we had war, and the goal was to get our enemies to be seen. And they started showing themselves. So now it's going to be harder for them to move against the nation and to deceive the nation by their tactics, because now the nation can clearly see, like all of you that was at that light party, you can clearly see that there's nothing but slander. If we doing Passover, it would never be mentioned that they doing Passover. It would be like they were at a religious event, but they're a hate group. Not that these are blacks and Hispanics that celebrate Passover and actually are more religious, if you want to use that word, than anybody you ever seen when it comes to Passover. You ain't gonna see that. Let's go to, so let me show you the big picture of what we up against. Let's go to the book of Ephesians chapter 6. How do you defeat a media machine?